This video is a gratitude video, and I want to say thank you to a specific group of people in this video, and I'm going to tell you who in a moment. Group of people that work tirelessly to help people like me get through their cancer journey. These people are supremely important because without them, a lot of us would be stuffed. So, who am I talking about? I'm talking about the nurses in the chemo ward. And I've been inspired to make this video by bumping into one of them. So I gotta say a massive, massive thank you to all the chemo nurses who helped me. And I'm gonna say where I got my treatment in a little bit. But I'm gonna tell you how this video came about. And I mean, there shouldn't really be a reason for it. And it would have been on the list of videos for me to make. But I was helping my wife in her business. She sells crystals and incense and associated stuff with that. She does pop-up shops in different shopping centres, and quite often, normally our daughter works it with her, but our daughter was not very well this particular week. So I stood in and did a few days work in the shopping centre selling crystals. I saw this young woman walking past, and she kept looking over at me. I kept looking, and she kind of walked past, and she was looking at me. I thought, it's a bit weird. She's looking at me for, but there was something about her. I thought, do I know her? And then she walked around, and she came up to me, and she said, did I help you at the GCUH? I had to stop and think for a minute. I stood, and then I was like, oh, I know you. And GCUH is Gold Coast University Hospital, which is where I did my chemotherapy treatment. It's on the Gold Coast in Australia. And it made me think about all the nurses. And she actually said to me, she was like, so how are you? And I said, well, it's been over a year since I finished chemo. So I thought that was amazing that she still remembered me. And that says a lot about these people. And I said to her, I am in 1 year full remission. And she was so excited. She was so pleased for me. And I think, you know, these nurses, they see people doing chemo all day, every day. It's their job, you know, and they all seem, well, certainly at the hospital I was at, really invested in making it, I don't know if the best possible experience, it's at the right word when it comes to chemotherapy, the best possible experience. I don't think there's anything best experience about chemo, but I think if you can make it more comfortable for people, or make it, you know, is easier a word I can use? I don't know. Make it just not so traumatic, I guess. Then these nurses, certainly at my hospital, the Gold Coast University Hospital, they were great. They were great. I mean, you know, people will say, you know, well, so-and-so was better than so-and-so and all of this. You know, of course, there's a lot of nurses, and of course you're going to gel with some more than you gel with others. But they were all, to me, or all the ones I dealt with, one way or another, they were all great. And they were always, you know, up. And what I mean by that is they didn't bring their problems into the chemo ward. They were never down or depressed in the chemo ward. Now, outside of it, in the staff room, who knows? I know working with groups of people, with the public, you put on a different face sometimes. But they did, and they were brilliant, you know. And to be fair to them, I mean, I would have a cannula every time in my arm for the chemo, or whichever arm. And, you know, as I went along, it got harder to put the cannula in. And sometimes I got jabbed in different spots. And it's not pleasant. And, you know, and to be fair, some of them, like if they were at a point where they go, I can't do this, they would find someone who could. They didn't, you know, they give it a couple of goes, and they were honest enough to say, I can't get your vein, but I know a woman who can. And I say woman because all the ones I had were female. That's not to say there's not male nurses, because there are, and they're brilliant too. I'm just talking about the ones I had. And, you know, they find someone who could, and it would work, and they do it. And it was made, the trauma was made easier. Let's put it that way. So I want to say thank you to all those nurses. And, you know, nurses the world over, you're going into a ward where you're dealing with people who could potentially die, and you have to do your job. You have to try and be sociable, friendly, optimistic. You have to be on your game every single time. And in my experience, they all were. And I am so grateful for that. So I look around, because sometimes people, you go, is there someone walking near me? So I just want to say thank you. Thank you. And I'm still here, and I'm still alive. And if there's any nurses from the Gold Coast University Hospital chemo ward who were working there in 2024, I think my treatment went from, was it May to September 2024, I believe. I get that right? And you dealt with me. Thank you. Thank you for making those cannulas not as painful as they could have been. There were a couple that I won't lie, but I don't hold it against you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. And that's what I wanted to say. So to all the nurses around the world, you know, us cancer lot, us people who've been through the chemo, we see you. We see you. We're grateful. It's an important job that you do. So I'm just going to talk about the positive. I can't, you know, other hospitals, other countries, maybe people had bad experience with nurses. I can't comment on that. I'm sure if you want to comment in the comment section below, you're going to. But I didn't have a bad experience. I know I did, in terms of my veins rolling and blowing out. I mean, chemo does that, and you know, but someone was always able to get the cannula in. Like I said, it wasn't one person, it was another person. Someone could always do it. So thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So that one's for the nurses. I mean, there's thank yous I could give to lots of other groups of people, but this one's for the chemo nurses. Thank you. So thanks, guys, for watching the Cancer Raven again. I'm John. Welcome back. If you've been here before, thanks for watching my videos. It's all good. The more people that view it, especially past the first 30 seconds, the more YouTube will push it to other people who may need to see it, and the more it may help people. And this is really why I do this. This is what it's all about. I'm not making any money off this. I'm nowhere near enough views or watch hours to be monetized yet. So I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not saying it wouldn't be nice to get a few extra, you know, dollars in my pocket, but you need a lot of views and watch hours and subscribers for all of that. I don't have that, so I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because, one, it's cathartic, and two, if it helps somebody else, if it just helps one person survive cancer, it's been worth it. If one thing I've said, one thing I said I've done, a book to read, a natural therapy to do, you know, the chemo I did, how things work. If you can, I think with anything in life, if you can, oh, bye-bye, Anne. If you can help, even if it's just one person, and you help one person, even if you just help one person have a better day, then you've done something good. You know, you've done something good. And if we could all do something good, the world would be a better place. It doesn't have to be much, just something. You know, if we all stop being selfish, and we all can be, me included, We all put the selfishness aside now and again, and all our own issues and rubbish, and just went, you know what, that person over there, they need help. I can give them help. Even if it's just a smile, I can smile at them, might make their day better. Go help someone. You'll feel better too. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. This is John at the Cancer Raven. If you would like to subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Hit the notification bell. All comments I will read and reply to. Thank you. Big love. Every second counts. Catch you later.